Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Here I go again with a new set. Well, this is part 1. So in this video I'll be showing you how I remove my bling, remove my old acrylic, prep my nails, and how I apply my straight C-curve tips. So right now I'm using my Bling It Off pliers from my online store to remove my stones. And I applied these stones so well that I was like, oh, I need to grip. I really didn't need to remove the ones past my natural nail, just because they're gonna get cut off anyways. So here I'm using my 4X diamond top bit, also on my online store, and I'm removing these rhinestones that couldn't come off. I tried to have a dull one. I tried to have two, basically, one to remove the stones and one to remove the nails, but I still felt like this one still had, you know, a good amount of sharpness, so I still used it to remove my nails. But I would suggest you having two separate ones, one for your bling to remove any rhinestones and one for removing your acrylic, just because the rhinestones will dull out the carbide bit. So right now I like using round clippers to do this, just because when I use straight tips sometimes they're thinner and they don't fit my thick acrylic nails, because I like my nails to be thick, especially because I wear them on the longer side. They have to be thick for me. So I'm just gonna remove the old acrylic. So use the speed that's comfortable to you, because I do use the whole shebang, girls. I am literally at 35, you see, at 35 with this method. Don't get close to the cuticle area. I will use a different bit for that, but I get as much as the acrylic as I can. Oh my god, for this finger, girls, I burnt myself trying to, oof. I was like, let me move to the next finger, because I was like, oh girl, that burnt, look. So I move on to the next fingers. So because these fingers are basically smaller than the thumb, there's less, to me, it's less room to move around the bit. That's why I get like a heat spike. It rarely happens, but when I do, I'm like, So I'm moving around, because you don't want to stay in the same section, just because you can burn somebody. That's why I say, if you're gonna do nails, I really feel like you should do them on yourself first, just so you can feel the pressure, what you like to work with, and you can feel the pressure that is being used when you burn yourself like that. You don't do that on a client. And that's how I've been really, like, I feel like I'm a pro at this drilling stuff. So I lower down the speed, just because I'm like, they're already thin. I just need to get the little bits that are left, or the layers that are left. So once I'm done with this step, I'll be moving to my other drill bit that I also have on my online store. That one I mainly use it to remove gel polish, but only when doing a fill. So since it doesn't hurt the cuticles, it's like a rounded smooth top. Sometimes I use it to remove any lifting, just because I can get really close and it doesn't drill the natural nail. You'll see in a bit. Just removing all the dust from my hands. So this one, it's really like a lot longer. Sometimes I even use it for super long nails, just to smooth them out, just because, you know, the regular drill bits have a short stem and this one has a really long one. I also clip my natural nails all the way down, you guys. I hate seeing my natural nail underneath my nails, so that's what I do. And I'm using 9 RPMs. As you can see, like, I can get really close right there, and you see I'm touching my skin, so you can see that the speed Should not burn you or hurt you. And I'm getting it really, really close to remove all that lift. I am going behind the acrylic first. Don't go straight to the lifted part. Like, go behind the acrylic first. What was I gonna say? Oh my god, I got stuck watching this. But yeah, this is how. So I always leave a thin layer of acrylic on my nails, so like that I don't keep filing my natural nails. And whenever I do remove them, they still healthy and strong. So I'm still removing some of the acrylic. As you can see, go behind the acrylic to remove those lifted parts. Looks like I'm going aggressive, but it's because I've sped up the video. This one, I think last time I didn't do a clear layer. I just put on the clear pink on it, so it's gonna stay a little bit pink like that. But yeah, go behind the acrylic when you're getting closer. So I have these prep bits on my online store too. But wait, first I'm gonna remove the shine before I use them, because I don't know, I just like doing that method first. So I'm just looking for my little sanding band. I'm using the Medical medium grit sanding band, using 4 RPMs. The highest I'll use is 5, but 4 is like the best, because if I put a lot of pressure, the bit will actually stop. So just removing the shine as much as I can, and even blending that acrylic even more. I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying, y'all. You know what I'm saying. It looks so aggressive when I speed it up. It looks like damn girl, you killing your cuticles and shit. But I'm not. So yeah, just prepping, removing the shine, blending the rest of the acrylic that's on that nail bed. Especially because I'm gonna be applying tips to these. We have to. Sorry, I got cut off because I got a phone call, but I'm back. So now to using my little prep bits. So first I'm gonna use the tip. Just this one will get all those little corners. I get a lot of cuticles, but the day before I cleaned them up a bit, so it's not gonna be as much as I usually get. Ever since I started doing this method, I've seen it on a lot of YouTube videos, and I decided to start doing it, and I noticed it made a big difference in my nail application, as they basically don't lift as much, just because there's still that little thin layer of skin. I don't know if you saw, like the little white stuff that's actually skin that gets stuck on the nail bed, and sometimes that can cause lifting right away. So then I use my round top just to exfoliate my cuticles. When I do this step, I find that I don't have to trim any. Sometimes I don't have to trim at all, like the cuticles. So hopefully, you know, you guys get what I'm saying. I don't know why I pointed at my finger like that. So then this one, when I do that, I could tell there's still some skin stuck on there. So since the tip is rounder, I can get really, really close under there and remove any extra stuff. As you can see, there's like still little bits of cuticle coming off. And that's it. Super easy, super simple. Don't forget when using a new nail file to score the corners, just because I've cut myself real bad with these. So I'm just like, oh gosh. But that's the best thing to do. You can use your buffer, anything you want. So right now what I think that's why I pointed it out, because I wanted to kind of like the acrylic to be a little thinner and more porous, because I am going to apply tips to them. So there's still a good amount of acrylic on my nail beds. So whenever, oh my god, I got sidetracked. So there we go. I'm going to do the other hand off camera, and these are my the new tips I have. These are the double XL C-curve tips, straight C-curve tips. I love these because they're almost the size of a nail form, literally. Oh, excuse me. So I'm gonna pre-measure them, and this time I decided to cut the edges before I applied the tips, just to save me a little bit of time, because sometimes when they're on my nails, I feel like I may do a crooked one. So I'm gonna cut them all beforehand. And you see, I'm gonna just cut the little edges beforehand like that. It saves me some time, and I do it more accurately. So they're already nice and shaped for me, and all I gotta do is file. So these nail tips are actually thicker than your regular tips. They remind me of the XXX nails. That's how thick they are. They're really sturdy, so you don't have to apply too much acrylic to them. But you know, I still like my nails thick. And so when the blending came for me to blend the tip to the natural nail, I literally used the 1X carbide bit. But the only way you can use that bit is if you have acrylic on your nail bed. Do not use it when there's natural nail underneath, because that's gonna burn. Trust me, I've done it before. Don't do it. If you only do that method if you have basically acrylic on the nail bed. Don't use that carbide bit to blend when there's just natural nail underneath, because it's gonna burn. And see, these are plastic, so plastic is gonna heat up instantly. So, and that is it, you guys. And then I started using this Nude glue. I love it. I just hate that it comes out too much. I should have gotten the brush-on glue, but it's from ZULAYS. She also has nail supplies and stuff. But yeah, this glue for nail tips, I loved it, but I had to get a little piece of something to get the excess glue off, because a lot of it comes out. And then sometimes I leave the bottle laying on the damn bed, oh my god, on the bed, on the table, and sometimes I guess it'll leak out and then they'll glue all back together. But I'm gonna show you later on a method on how do I prep my glue bottle before I start using it, and how to maintain it from ever sealing on you and keep it clean. But that will be another day. So just wait on my new nail video. This is just me prepping and applying my tips and getting them ready. Bye. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. before anyone asks, I did not like how I glued this tip, so I'm gonna pour some acetone on it and try and remove it so I can reapply the tip. I'm gonna have to use a new tip just because I don't like how, you know, I don't know how to explain it. But that's what you do. You either get a cotton swab or something just to put acetone right there, and it should come right off, you guys. Bye.